Welcome to Fool's Key Tarot. I'm Ben, and this is a daily reading for Friday, June 13th, 2025. We're going to draw 3 cards, one for the past, one for the present, and one for the future. We'll begin with the past. We have the 3 of Cups. So this can be having a good time, letting your hair down a little bit, enjoying time with some friends. Next, for the present, we have Death reversed. So this can indicate stagnation, a reluctance to move on from something, having no energy or no ability to change. And finally, in the future, we've got Judgment reversed. So this can be a decision that is forestalled or a moment of clarity that is missed, like an opportunity or a truth that you just go right by without taking time to internalize or recognize. So let's go back to the past and read these cards from the past to the future. So it looks like in the past, there is one person or a group of people that you have gotten along with really well and shared some really nice times with. This could be a partner, but it could also be a group of friends. It could even be your family, but only if you really get along with them well and enjoy each other's company in a genuine way, not out of obligation. And the same thing for coworkers. This could totally be people that you work with or otherwise have some kind of professional or pseudo-professional relationship with. And there could be an event where you maybe had drinks or food or socialized more than usual rather than just focusing on the work or focusing on whatever the group is involved with. If it's, for example, a hobby or an extracurricular activity that you're involved in with other people. This could be a social event related to that, but definitely not something that you just go to because you feel like you should or ought to and kind of want to leave when you can, even if it's supposed to be fun. Maybe you go to the event with that mindset, but what this card represents is a time where you really connect with other people. You open up with each other, the walls go down, and just that free flowing sense of being yourself and letting go and having fun. And so this could be people that you already do that with, and then this card could just characterize that overall period, or maybe a particular moment where you opened up even more to each other to a level of honesty that you hadn't achieved yet, or just had a lot of fun and shared a major experience with each other. Or it could be people that you didn't have that kind of relationship with, and this card represents a breakthrough moment in that relationship. So in the past, I'm seeing a person or a group that you have shared some really good times with and opened yourself up to them. And it looks like in the present now, you don't want anything to change because it's been so fun, because you've enjoyed that. Now you want it to stay that way forever. But things cannot stay that way forever. And I think right now in your present, you're feeling a little bit stuck or unsure of what to do. And I think it's because you're clinging to the past a little bit. That doesn't mean you need to let these people go and that you can't have a relationship with them anymore. It just means that whatever phase existed where you were able to have these times with each other, that part is over. So it could mean, for example, moving away from friends, and then you're not going to be able to just hang out with them and enjoy drinks or enjoy times together easily anymore. But that doesn't mean you're not friends anymore. You'll connect in other ways. If it's a different kind of relationship, it could just mean moving on and spending less time together or not doing this type of activity together anymore. Maybe you have coworkers who you got to know really well outside of work and got to get along with them really well in a personal sense rather than a professional one, but maybe that's gone a little bit too far and it's distracting from work, or you realized after opening up to these people that maybe you don't want to be really good friends with them, even though you had some fun together. After all, they just are coworkers, and maybe you need to kind of back off of that relationship a little bit. Again, that doesn't mean to cut it off entirely, but just that the situation or the context that produced this particular level of openness and enjoyment of each other is something that needs to shift. But I don't think it has shifted yet. I think that you were stuck in a place of not wanting it to change, and so trying to cling to it, even though the time for that is over. And that might lead to the group breaking apart or feeling dysfunction. It could also mean continuing to indulge and have fun with each other, but there's some other opportunity that you're missing or some negative consequence that is building and invisible right now. And so that could be why you're able to ignore this. If the group was already fighting or having troubles, then it would be a lot easier to move on. So I'm thinking that maybe you're still having a lot of fun and still enjoying this period. And even though the time is ending for this phase of the relationship, you haven't recognized that yet, and you're not prepared to act on that. And with judgment reversed in the future, I think that a moment of decision is coming. The judgment card always has to do with these moments of clarity, where you choose yes or no, or you pass or fail the test. And these are moments that come, and then afterwards, there's not really any going back. It's irreversible, whatever is done, at least in the sense of the current moment. So if the door shuts on a certain relationship due to a decision from the judgment, that doesn't mean that relationship can never come back, but it can never come back the way that it was. You close that door permanently, and if you do find another way in, it's going to be different. So with that in your future, it looks to me like there is an opportunity or a new direction to take that you are in danger of missing because you are still so tightly involved with this other group or relationship that is very casual and very fun oriented. Again, I want to stress that the cards are not saying that you need to cut these people out of your lives. They're just saying that the attitude and the situation that allowed for this free-flowing fun and openness is going to have to change in some way that you don't want it to. But if you don't, what the cards are saying is that there is an important point coming up in your life, and you're either going to miss it entirely, like not notice it, and it goes right by you without you even seeing it, or you are going to make the wrong choice. If you are still in this older mindset that it's time to move on from. So the cards are telling us what the consequences will be if we stay in this reversed death state, which means clinging to the past, not willing to turn the page, not willing to take a risk and try something new, because that means discarding something old. And we don't want to discard the old thing. The old thing is fun, it's good, it's nice, and it's still there. And so why get rid of it? Well, sometimes you have to get rid of things that are good because either their time is up or because there's something even better that you need to go chase, and the good thing is preventing you from doing that. And I think the cards are saying that that is the situation that you're currently in. So if you feel stagnant or unwilling to face certain aspects of life at the moment, I think that you can trace these problems back to whatever this situation is that definitely seems good from your past, but might carry undercurrents of something else going on, or it may have just been good at that time and place, and you're no longer at that time and place, but are currently maybe in denial about that, or have yet to recognize it. And be on the lookout in your future for an important decision or turning point. And it's going to be really important to make the right decision at this point, or to notice the right things, or to do the right things. And you're currently not equipped to do that because of your fixation on the old. And so before this moment comes, you want to give up certain parts of the past, and it's going to have to be up to you to figure out which parts of the past are the ones that have outlived their time and need to go. But figure that out now so that you can have a more forward-looking mindset. That doesn't mean you forget the past, but you can split your attention in both directions. Right now, you're a little bit too focused on the past. And when you've freed up some of your attention to focus on other things, then you will be more likely to notice and find this moment of judgment and do the correct thing and go off in a direction that is going to benefit you, rather than continue to spiral in this moment of stagnation that you are currently in. So if you enjoyed this reading, then subscribe to see more. And if you'd like to learn about tarot cards or try some of my online guided readings, then head on over to foolskey.com where you can check that out. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.